Thinking about moving to the UK for work? What do you need to know about the skilled worker visa? Today, we're going to break down the essentials of the UK skilled worker visa, and I'm excited to share my knowledge with you. Whether you're a foreign national looking to start a new job in the UK or an employer trying to understand how to sponsor a foreign worker, this video is for you. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of the requirements for the skilled worker visa, including job offers, salary, language proficiency, and more. So, let's get started. Having a qualified job offer is a crucial part of the skilled worker visa application process. But what makes an employer eligible to sponsor a skilled worker visa application? Well, the employer must hold a valid sponsor license issued by the UK Visa and Immigration Department. This license allows them to issue a certificate of sponsorship, which is a digital certificate that contains the job details and your personal information. The employer must also meet certain requirements, such as paying the immigration skills charge and reporting any absences or termination of employment to the UK. Employers can apply for a sponsor license online, and once approved, it's usually valid for 4 years. They'll need to demonstrate that they're a legitimate business, have suitable systems in place to manage sponsored workers, and comply with UK immigration laws. Having a job offer from an eligible employer is just the first step in the skilled worker visa application process. Next, let's talk about salary requirements. The UK skilled worker visa has a minimum salary threshold, which varies depending on the job and industry. The general salary threshold is £25,600 per year, but this can be higher or lower depending on the specific job. For example, some jobs in the healthcare and education sectors have a lower salary threshold, while jobs in finance and technology often have a much higher threshold. The salary must also meet the going rate for the job in the UK, which is determined by the UK. In addition to the basic salary, allowances and benefits can be included in the calculation, but these must be guaranteed and paid for at least 30 hours per week. It's essential to check the UK's guidance on salary thresholds and allowances to ensure you meet the requirements. The salary requirements are in place to ensure that foreign workers are not undercutting local workers and to protect the UK labour market. Employers must also pay the required national insurance contributions and provide a comfortable working environment. Moving on to language proficiency, the UK skilled worker visa has specific requirements that applicants must meet. You'll need to demonstrate a certain level of English language proficiency, which is usually measured through a language test. The UK accepts language tests from a range of providers, including IELTS, Trinity College London, and Pearson. The required score varies depending on the test provider, but generally, you'll need to achieve at least a B1 level on the Common European Framework of Reference for Languages. This means you'll need to demonstrate a good understanding of English, including reading, writing, and speaking skills. Your test results are usually valid for 2 years, and you can take the test in your home country or in the UK. I'd like to share a personal story that might be helpful. I know someone who applied for the skilled worker visa and struggled to meet the language requirements. They took several language tests, but their scores were always just below the required level. Eventually, they decided to take a language course in the UK, which not only improved their English skills but also gave them a better understanding of British culture. They reapplied for the visa and were successful. What I want to emphasize is that it's essential to prepare thoroughly for the language test, and if you're struggling, consider taking a language course to improve your skills. Now, let's talk about some common challenges that applicants face during the visa application process. One of the main issues is providing the required documents, including the certificate of sponsorship, language test results, and proof of qualifications. Another challenge is meeting the maintenance funds requirement, which is usually £945 in your bank account for at least 90 days before applying for the visa. This is to demonstrate that you can support yourself while you're in the UK. To overcome these challenges, it's crucial to carefully review the UK's guidance on required documents and maintenance funds. You should also prepare your application well in advance and seek advice from an immigration lawyer if needed. Let's walk through the application process step by step. First, you'll need to apply for a job with an eligible employer, and they'll issue a certificate of sponsorship. Then, you'll need to prepare your visa application, including submitting your language test results, qualifications, and maintenance funds. You'll need to attend an appointment at a UK Visa and Application Centre, where your biometric data will be taken, and your application will be submitted. After submitting your application, you'll usually receive a decision within 3 weeks. It's essential to keep track of the application timelines and ensure you submit your application well in advance of your intended start date in the UK. Before we wrap up, I want to mention some recent changes to the UK immigration policies that you should be aware of. The UK has introduced new policies aimed at attracting highly skilled workers, including a new fast-track visa for scientists and researchers. Additionally, there have been changes to the way maintenance funds are calculated, so it's essential to check the UK's website for the latest information. To summarize, the UK skilled worker visa has specific requirements for job offers, salary, language proficiency, and more. By understanding these requirements and preparing your application carefully, you can increase your chances of success. In our next video, we'll dive deeper into the practical aspects of living and working in the UK, including finding accommodation, opening a bank account, and accessing healthcare. Do you have any questions about the skilled worker visa? Please leave them in the comments below, and we'll do our best to answer them. If there's a specific topic you'd like us to cover in a future video, let us know. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.